Hey guys, it's Nick with NK Landscaping again, getting ready to go out on a job. We're going to be doing some tilling today, garden for a community service place. So we got to get the BX swapped over, put the tiller on, maybe get the gooseneck hooked up. Kurt's just unloading some stuff out of my bed. We'll get the gooseneck hooked up, tiller swapped over, and get everything loaded up so we can do that. So this is the real official start of the season. The guys are rolling in today. They're out on the job right now doing some cleanups. And Kurt's carrying some heavy buckets. The heaviest buckets I've ever lifted, these Perma Edge. Alright, we'll check back in a minute. Alright, gooseneck's hooked up and we got to get the backhoe off here so we can put the tiller on. Alright, so we got that switched over, super easy, 2 pins, 3 hoses. So now we gotta put the 3-point hitch attachments on in the back and get the tiller on. Alright, we're gonna pick up the tiller here. Got the tiller on, now we just got to get loaded up and strapped down on the trailer. These ramps are a little wide for this machine, so it's really going to be tight, and it might even be a little too steep to get up on here. Oh, we're getting it. Alright, all strapped down, ready to go. Just getting the trailer cleaned off so there's no little nuggets to fall off. And we'll head over to the job. Alright, so we just showed up at this garden. We're going to get it tilled. We're going to incorporate all these leaves into the soil. Go back up to this corner. Fix this here, blowing all the leaves in from the edges. And we'll get to work here. Alright, so you can see I made my couple passes here versus what we haven't done here. You can see this is a lot of leaves that we just tilled right into the ground. It's really good, you know, nutritious organic matter for the garden here. So we're moving all this stuff over. I'm going to make my couple passes here, and then we'll do a slot down the center once everything's moved and finish up. It's looking really good. Alright, so we just got everything tilled in. We put back down these little wooden trail markers and the rock circle. They actually had us make it a little bit bigger. We're just picking out the last little bit of rocks, gonna load them in the bucket, clean the machine off, and try to get the trailer out of here. It's a little tight, not really meant for a gooseneck, but get it out of here and get on to the next one. Okay, on to the next one. Everything's loaded up. Just gotta get out of this tight driveway. Beautiful day though. Alright, so we just dropped the tractor with the rototiller, headed off to the second job of the day. We got the skid steer and the excavator with the rotostar bucket and some regular grading and digging buckets. We gotta go level out an area, seed and straw, so we're gonna get all that loaded up real quick. On to the next one. About 23,000 pounds behind us right now. For anybody wondering how the Dodge tows it, it's actually pretty good. Alright, we're here on the next job. They pulled out some trees along this section. So down this whole thing, it just kind of looks pretty nasty. So what I think we're gonna do, I'll take the skid steer first and grade this out, see what it looks like. And what I'm probably gonna have to do is make a pile of all the nasty dirt after I grade this. And then we'll sift it out with the screening bucket. And then, you know, spread out the clean stuff again. Yeah, the company that pulled the trees out, you know, they just pulled the stumps and the trees. There's a bunch of big pine trees and then left it kind of unfinished. So we're gonna clean that up, fix it, get everything unloaded here. It's a tight fit, especially with all the steer stuff. So I got the buckets in the skid steer bucket, but I'll most likely just start with the skid steer and get it graded out. We'll see where that goes. Alright, so to start, I'm just coming in here. I'm going to blade everything off and get it kind of flattened out and see what we're working with. And then if we need, we'll pull the machine out and sift through some of this topsoil. But for now, I just want to get this leveled out, see what we're working with. This is really where a Harley rake would come in handy, but we don't have one, unfortunately. But I'll do some work with this, get it smoothed out, and like I said, we'll see what the next step is once we get there. Okay, so everything's graded out. Got rid of all the huge lumps. And then I pulled off all this material that we will sift out. And it's a good topsoil material. And I'll spread it in all the low spots and dips. And then we'll get it all raked out, seeded and strawed, and then touched up. So this should go relatively quick. Probably spent 20-30 minutes grading all that out. It looks pretty good. A lot better than when we showed up. everything out. So I just got a little bit left here. This is working really well. All right, so we just sifted out, I don't know, we probably got maybe 10 yards of dirt there. We're gonna spread that out with the skid steer, see how far it goes. They didn't want to import any dirt on this job, and we're trying to keep it as cheap as possible, so we'll get it spread out and see what we're left with over here. Okay, just finished up with the skid steer, rough graded and spread out that, and hop on the excavator, switch over to the grading bucket, and kind of work these edges because we are out of dirt and I want to give Fitz a hand. So I'll get this switched over, get that off, and start grading. All right, everybody is finishing up with seed and straw. We are all loaded up. And yeah, it came out pretty good. We smoothed out this side. There's just one stump pulled on this side.
Dan, you know there's a bag of hay over
here. Yeah, a little bit left to straw. Everything's seeded and smoothed out.
Dude, I'm already dying over
and it's looking good. It's a nice quick little job. All right, thanks for watching, guys.